Good morning, day traders, and welcome to Market Minute, a hedge fund trader's technical analysis for Monday, April 11th, 2022. Let's get after it. So definitely looking very interesting today here this morning with a bearish bias sort of across the board, right? A little bit of a bear flag here on the SPY with an increasing volume profile, and then sort of continuing that sort of narrative we got from the 30th and the 5th. So we got a lot of sort of bearish momentum here today with a strong candle, right? Inside bar consolidation, right? So bulls were not able to reclaim control. So inside bar, more bearish than bullish on increasing volume plus gap down. So kind of getting that 3 for 3 look here this AM. So we can get a lot of momentum here under this 443.50. Certainly looks like there's space towards that 440 area. Similar thing on QQQ here, albeit a slightly weaker volume profile. So we're getting a good looking candle, good looking gap down, but maybe not the strongest of volume profiles. So more of that 2 for 3. You're going to look to enter here at the stop loss and then look for sort of that continuation move towards that 344, 342, and then 340 area. This first sort of initial level, right? Maybe we don't have that much space under this sort of first breakdown, and so we can be a little bit patient here this AM until QQQ looks absolutely perfect. Similar narrative here on Apple with a strong gap down, right? Kind of poor volume and decent looking candle. So definitely more bearish than bullish, but becomes a little bit challenging with sort of this relative momentum and relative strength that we've seen from sort of this March 15th towards this March 29th area. So now looking for sort of that continuation thesis, right? But that might not be so easy here to the downside. So it could be more one to watch than one to trade, but bearish under this 167.40 towards that 164 area. Tesla looks really interesting here today on a really strong looking inside bar breakdown. Now we've kind of lost that psych level, right? We're gapping down. So we've got a lot to like here so far, but not the strongest of volume profiles there on Friday. Now we are continuing sort of this bearish momentum that we kind of established here on April 5th, and would like to see that sort of step in and really push price down towards that 940 area. Under this 974, we've got a lot of space towards that 960, so we can afford to be patient and wait for this thing to be absolutely perfect before we chase after this price action. Microsoft, right? Psych level breakdown, gap down, and a lot of bearish momentum since sort of that April 6th target, but really poor volume profile there on Friday. So good looking candle, right? Good looking gap down, but really poor volume. So we kind of have that 2 for 3 and not necessarily the easiest of trending price action here today. That being said, if we can lose that 291, starts to move $1 at a time towards that sort of 287 area. It certainly looks like there's a lot of relative strength here to the downside, especially if markets are weak. But we'd like to see, right, or like to be entering here at the stop loss, right? Like to see sort of bulls try to reclaim control, see how weak they are, and then look to enter once they establish their weakness. AMD looking really strong here this AM with a nice little gap down, right? Good looking candle, increasing volume profile. So we have a trend line failure. We're sub the $100 psych area, and we've got increasing volume profile. So we have a lot to like here to the downside. If we can kind of keep and hold under this $99 mark, then we certainly got space towards that $98 mark, and then towards that $96.40 and $95 area. Love that we've lost that trend line. We need to be a little bit cautious here though, right? It's because we've lost a relatively big area here from ways away. Our relative areas of support now are going to be sort of July 2021, right? So we need to really make sure that we're keeping our eye to the left here and not just getting lazy with our levels. NVDA, right? Very similar narrative here to that AMD with a really strong candle, right? Really strong gap down, but maybe not the best volume profile, right? So we're not quite that increasing. I'd like to see a little bit maybe more relative strength here before I chase after this, or at least want to be looking to enter at that relative weakness, right? Versus chasing any initial break and hold. If we can lose this 221.80, we've got space towards that 220, 218.16, 217, and then 215 mark. And then last but not least here is we got Facebook. Nice little rejection there on April 5th, right? So we still kind of have that momentum. No attempt from bulls to be able to reclaim control. We've got no evidence of them being able to step up, but then sort of disappointing weak volume there on Friday. So nice little gap down, nice little candle, right? But would like to see that momentum step in and defend. So looking to enter here at the stop loss again and looking for a bearish breakdowns under this 218.40 for a move down towards that 215 barrier. So that's how I plan on dominating today's action. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to trade with me day in, day out, I'll turn you into a winning trader or your money back, and you can join at thedaytradinglivestream.com. Link is down in the description below. Otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic session and talk to you all tomorrow for the next Market Minute.